viewers, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I tell you, every once in a while we bump into individuals who think that the gray screen paint products or the white screens are basically the best way to go when it comes to home theater. And I'm telling them, no, it's not. Number one, these screens can't pull color, they can't pull contrast, and they're going to have some issues with them. I'm trying to get a few things ready. Oh, there's my stand right there. So, again, I can't explain this enough that these products are old and outdated. But let's see how they stack up next to the Deep Red Phantom. Get this ready to do. Get this go. I tell you, boy, I'm going to do this demonstration today. I'm going to do that white screen. That 250, I'm taking it outside. I'm going to put it on that 150 inch so I can display it on a large image. So not all customers are like that. Some people are like that. They just believe that them white screens, good gracious, bent on white screens that they produce those colors, or gray mixers produce those colors. No, people, no. It doesn't work that way. But let's get this started. The darker screens, they don't know anything. I have to say about that, but some people just don't know anything how it works. The darker screens are what cost you the money. It's not the light screens. You're not going to walk into Black Diamond or DMP Supernova or Elite screens or daylight screens and say, hey, look, what's the most expensive high-tech screen you got over here? They're going to point to those heavy gunmetals over there in the corner. They're not going to come over there and point to some light gray screen and go, oh, that right there is the most expensive screen we have. Not going to happen. All right, so let's paint this on here real quick. Dang, I thought about something. I should have left an open mic. Oh well, you'll get the shock later on. Well, we can't do an open mic. I would like to do an open mic, but eventually we got adults that are, we got adults that can't be adults. They can't ask questions. They gotta say dumb things. But I'm gonna leave an open mic for one of them. We got something planned with an open mic pretty soon. I'm gonna do an open mic for it. It's particularly cut out for those particular individuals. I miss paint with a paintbrush. Now, I wouldn't suggest you do your own screen. This is just to do a sample surface. That's it. That's all we're doing right now. But we're going to be doing a lot of demonstrations on these great products. We're going to make a lot of these great products. I mean, we already got a bunch of them. We're going to make more than this. We've already done our black products. We told you the Midnight 3.0. That's what we call it. We put that against the black screen to show the white levels. This we're going to show you. How does this compare? Because somebody tells you that this product right here, this gray mixture, is going to compete with the Phantom. Ain't going to happen. I don't even know why I even entertained this. You know why? It's funny because you see all those certified. I'm going to show you how many light gray certified screens I actually own. If you watch a screen take on a Seymour AV 1.3, Cinema Gray, all the other high-end light gray screens I have in that kitchen drawer, what would make you think that a gray screen paint product would be able to compete with our screen when the product itself here hasn't even done any demonstrations next to the products we have in the kitchen drawer? Ever think about that? All right. That's like making a claim that your car can beat a Bugatti and you never raced a Bugatti. All right, let's put this downstairs for it to dry. I might do a bigger one than this. I actually might roll a big screen. I need 120 inch to tell you the truth. And then we'll see how it fares outside. No, that is upstairs. Where's plugs in? This is a small sheet. I like to paint a giant screen. Let's put this somewhere up here. We can draw this quickly. That's why I explained to you that when you're dealing with darker screens, that's why you have to do those demonstrations with the black paint test and all that other stuff that has to be done, because at the end of the day, if someone accuses your product of being too dark, then guess what you can do? I can paint a black screen, stick it against my screen, hit it with a white level and show you the difference. That's why these tests are important. But in this one, for some reason they think that the gray screen paint pulls a better color level. So I'm curious, do you think the gray screen paint is going to pull a better color level next to it? Okay, we'll find out. This is going to be fun. I love these. Like, oh no! What happened there? Where's the color? I gotta put this here because I don't want to mess up my cabinets. There we go. Now, while we're waiting for this to dry, I know some of you right now are probably thinking, whose screen paint was that? I ain't gonna tell you. You'll find out. I should have left an open mic. I'll do that next time. Next time, we're gonna put a screen up. You tell me if you can figure out which one it is. If you can't, then that's a big problem for you at the end of the day. Can you tell if it was digital, Crystal One Crystal screen paint? If it was the other one, or if it was something we got off a shelf over at Home Depot? Can you tell which one's which? I'm going to leave an open mic for you guys probably tomorrow on that one. Now, we have those in our discussion sites all the time. All right, let's fire my Red Phantom up. Now, to do this demonstration, I could have chose the black screen or the gunmetal. I went with the red screen. I went with the, I've done this before. Remember, when I had the incident with a fellow talking about the PPG or whatever it was supposed to be better than my product, I was like, okay, I chose a blue screen to blow that one out of the water. I'm gonna choose a red screen this time. So this is a screen that shouldn't be designed to be able to pull contrast and color and reds and blues and greens because it's red. I'm gonna blow it out of the water real quick. So while we're waiting, let's have some fun with the other screens we do have. All right. I'll be draw tape while that's drying. See my best, see my best. All right, so let me show you what we got in our category. When I tell you about, we have a ton. These are my sample sheets right here. Those are my certifieds right there. That big stack right there is what we test our screens on. This is where the common sense needs to kick in for some people. See that brick right there? That's all certifieds right there that my screens get tested on. Let's show you what we got in our selection. So next time somebody comes in talking some dumb nonsense about how, well, you know, gray screen paint, it's going to do just as well. I'm going to show you what we have in our selection that's beyond gray screen paint. Because if any one of these screens in here basically weren't that good, then you can have a gray screen that actually match any one of these. This right here is another gray screen. That would be Storm. Got tape that needs to be removed off the stuff. Get out of the way. This is in gunmetal category. This right here would be the Dark Star 9. I'll put that over there. We got to do demonstrations on that later on against the gunmetal screen. Let me get my tape ends off of here. This right here, right there, that is the gunmetal screen. As you can see how dark that is. Those are gunmetals. These are the ones that'll cost you a couple $1,000. White screen. Right there, the Acoustic Pro 1080p3. I want to leave that right. I'm going to put this right over here. I need to sort these out anyway. DMP Supernova. Remember I showed you the demonstration with the DMP Supernova on that one? This one right here, judging by the color, would pretty much be somewhere in the line of a mid-gray. That'd be in there. Cinema Gray 3D. That would be in this selection right here. Let me see something there. Make sure we get this right. Yeah, it'll be in that right there. All right. Vivid Storm acoustic white screen right here. We'll put that one right over there for that selection. These are just white sheets of paper we just use for fun. This right here is by Elite Screens. This is a Yard Master. This is one we use for testing outside. So we got to test the screen outside. We can't take none of these outside because all of these screens right here are not going to be taken outside. But this one is. This is a Yard Master. They're designed for outdoor. You take one of these screens outside, you might get a lawsuit on your hands because they were never developed for outside use. Only this one is. Put that right there. But we're within our guidelines with that one. Vivid Storm, white screen. Vivid Storm, gray screen. Oh, now we're going to start getting into ultra short throw screens. This is a Ceiling Light Rejection 2 by Elite Screens. This right here, small number on the end, for the MB stands for, this is a Seymour AV, this is a matinee black, actually it's a matinee black. So we can put that one right there. This by Vivid Storm is an ultra short throw. Ultra short throw, this is all, I'm naming all the screens our screens test on. Ultra short throw, right there, that one right there, so ultra short throw only, that goes in the next selection for ultra short throws only. This right here is by Elite Screens. This is a Ceiling Light Rejection 3. This is their newest version screen right here. We'll put that one right here. This one here, I told you we got all their screens. We test everything. This is a Dark Star Ultra Short Throw 2 Ceiling Light Rejection. So when you saw the screen displayed on an ultra short throw projector and you saw these samples up here, that means that screen was able to overpower all of the ceiling and light rejection screens that Elite has and do it at 190 degree viewing angles. We do the angles on that too, on a projector that costs 60 bucks. Another ceiling light rejection technology right here. This is the Star Bright. Light screen, this would be the Cinema Gray. Now this screen's interesting because this screen has to be used on a projector of 2,000 lumens and up. Can't use it under that. Those are the instructions they have for it. This is a light screen. So this is one of the light screens. We're going to put this one here. These are ultra short throws. These are ultra short throws. These would be on this side over here. We'll put this up here. These are going to be our lighter screens right here. These are gunmetals over here. Dark gunmetals. Now we get to Seymour AV 1.3. Light screen. We get to, this is a, right here, this stands for, that stands for a matinee black, and the 0.9 is the gain. So that would be more like mid-gray in that section right there. We got another one from Daylight Screens right there. We got both of the screens. We got the 2.3 and the 2.3 and 2.3 and the 0.8. That's the color. Kind of like a kind of a silver, but I wouldn't say, probably it wouldn't be in that category. This has that reflective surface. See the reflective surface? So it wouldn't be in that category. It can't be in that one. That's ultra short those only. And it's too dark to be in here. So it would be right over in there. Gunmetal. Cinema Gray 3D. Right here. We'll put that one over here. Matinee silver. Right there, see that? That's a matinee silver. Seymour AV. This is a lighter screen. This is on that section right there. DMP Supernova. We got the Infinity and Blade. So look at these together. One's a darker one, one's a lighter one. You gotta put them side by side sometimes. Here we go. So let me see. That's the darker one. That's the gunmetal. That's the lighter one right there. That goes over there. That's mid-gray. And we already have a streamer 81.3, so we got 2 of those. The rest of these would just be screen paints that we've tested against. So, when we throw all these screens against our technology, these are all the different shades that they have to go through. And someone wants to talk about bare silver screen. Are you really? Seriously? A household paint that doesn't even have a certification attached to it. Almost dry. All right, so while we're waiting for that, let's go with the lightest ones we have. Let's take these right here. And let's see how they compete with a screen that is red. Even though this screen has completed all 18 certified screens in one hit. I always say, if your screen was doing so well, why call me at the end of the day? Because there was something in there that wasn't pulling up on your screen correctly. There we go. That's why I tell people, that's why we do so many demonstrations. We do a lot of demonstrations. Do your research. Some people, dark screens are just not for them. Some people are just dark screens are not for them at all, period. That's what these are designed to do. I've had customers get expensive $15,000, $20,000 projection screens and realize that they didn't like the screen. If you're not into a dark screen, it's a particular screen. It's a highly contrast screen. It's a design for it. But contrast screens have to be to pull white levels. We're showing you on a screen that's red. And even with the red pulls a heavy contrast level. And we got a black one right over there too. At 126. Okay, so let's see if even on a red screen, if these screens can pull up a proper color. These are certified, by the way. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Again, I rest my case. I've done this too many times to count. The screen has beaten all over 18 certified screens, including it has done its demonstrations on ultra short throws too. No contest. So how in the world does a bare silver screen product, a household paint, can't even compete with the certifieds we have up here? How are you going to compete with this technology? Oh, man. I even had somebody once say, some of the comments, and not to be disrespectful, but some of the comments we get from people, these particular individuals, I'm really wondering why you even have. I mean, it's dumb in terms of dumb stuff. This is my personal favorite one. Maybe it's the settings in your projector. All right, so let me explain something to you. Unless my projector, say I got my projectors all the way up on 90, all right? So you're saying if my projectors are up on 90, the brightness way up, the only screens are going to get hit with that projector, or it's my screen, and the other projectors are not going to get either? How does that work? Think about that for a minute. So you're saying that if my projector's brightness is all the way up on 90, if the screen was on a standalone by itself and nothing else was there, then you could make that accusation. But there's other surfaces laying against the screen. Wouldn't they be affected too if the projector was up on 90, and especially with them being much lighter than my screen? So basically what you're saying is when my projector comes on at brightness at 90, for somehow it's basically only connecting with my screen, but it's not connecting with the other screens. They're not being touched. Only my screen is being touched. Is that what you're saying? All right then, because that would be kind of weird. That's virtually impossible. But my projector's not at 90. My settings are at I bet you $100 my settings are lower than yours. You know what my settings coming at? -7. My projectors are under factory settings. Under factory settings. Red screen. So at the end of the day,
Getting that from YouTube.
if these high performance screens that I lay against my screen just about every day when we do testing can't compete with the screen, what makes you think a screen paint's going to be able to do it? That's never been tested on these screens ever. There you go. Let's do a color swap. It's interesting. Let's do a gray screen versus a gray screen on a screen that's red. Gray screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Dark gray. Now to show you the screen is producing dark gray, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to cover over my projector. Watch the screen change the minute I cover it over. See? That's the color it is right now. And this is the gray. The screen can see gray. Dark gray. See? Cover my hand up. See, that's the original screen right there, right? Now when I move it, it's producing gray. The color we chose is a dark gray, which is, this one quick, right there. See the trace right here? That's what we chose. Click onto it. It's producing the same dark gray that you saw in the image. If I take my hand and I cover that projector over like this, now it's producing its color. Now it's producing gray. Better than the screens you're seeing right up there. Let's go switch over to a light gray. Now it's producing light gray. Cover the projector up and see the original color. It's producing light gray. The other screens are not producing light gray, and they're actually gray. Yellow screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? So you have a technology that's sitting in front of you that is red. They call it deep red because it's dark. And it's red. I can hang it outside. It's a red screen. And yet it can see better yellow, better colors, better contrast, and it has insane white levels compared to a green. These screens are actually very light gray. Cinema AV 1.3, Cinema Matinee Silver, and the Cinema Gray. "4K Snow Screensaver."
Getting that from YouTube.
I rest my case. So no, there's no gray screen paint that can compete with Phantom or any of the technology we developed. The Phoenix alone is an interesting screen. Like I said, you watch me sit there and make gray, dark gray products. Black products, dark products, go downstairs, throw them to the screen, do a white level. That screen, when that screen comes down, produces a high white level. Those screens come up too black. If you can't see white light. Let's go grab ourselves a Starfield. There you go. So for you individuals who think that the light gray screens are the more superior screens, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. On so many levels, it's not even funny. You have to understand the whole thing about gray screens. Light gray screens are pretty much on the edge of a white screen. Nobody wants a white screen because, you know, at the end of the day, what white screens are going to do, they don't show proper color, they don't give you contrast, they wash out. Got to have them in dark environments all the time. People think that they up the lumens on a projector, which is the last thing you want to do, because mind you, you're reflecting more white light off a screen that can't even pick up contrast levels. So you're watching your screen even worse. And if you're using it in a dedicated theater room, I showed you what happens with that. All that white light reflects everywhere, just ricochets everywhere. So no, it's a complete fail all the way around. It just happens to be a cheap screen. It's a bottom dollar screen. Then you go with a light gray and you think that's going to fix it. Only thing light gray is going to do is give it a little bit of a bump. That's basically about it, but not much. You're still going to have colors going to wash out. You still can't pick up contrast levels. If you go with one of the more bigger companies that develop the big gunmetal screens, the more expensive ones are designed to pick up the heavy contrast levels and colors and white levels and all that, you're talking about a couple $1,000s. If you go with somebody who hasn't tested their products correctly, and they're making darker mixes. The problem you have with that is the fact that at the end of the day, it's going to come out really dark. It's going to come out really dirty. We already showed that demonstration. We made a couple of them right there on the table. Doesn't make a difference. We drop silver or crystal paint or crystal whatever you're going to put in. Doesn't make a difference. You have to have something in there that reads white light. That's where the reflective screens, if you look at the gunmetal screens, they have a reflective surface. The reflective surface is there to make up for the white levels that are going to drop because they made the screen dark. The only problem with the reflective surfaces, it has a problem sometimes with ultra short throw projectors. It has something called the narrow viewing cone effect, which I'll show you right now. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, that white level is pretty high, ain't it? I told you it's impressive. It's a red screen with a white level that high. Now, not all screens have the narrow viewing cone effect. Some of them have it more than others. Some of them have it a little bit, but eventually they do have the. So not all of them have the narrow viewing cone effect. So basically, this is where. And at the end of the day, like I said, do not paint your screen with bare silver screen. Because like I said, it's right on the verge of a white screen. That's pretty much is what you got. You can calibrate your projector all day long. It's not going to do a world of good. Don't do that. I'm going to remove this right now. This one might have it. It might not. There you go. That's called a narrow viewing cone effect. Over here. So this one becomes bright. Stand in front of it. Turn to the side. And it slowly becomes dark. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
I was doing a demonstration once. So I first did this demonstration, we had sample sheets laying against the screen. I think it was the 8 we're doing it on. And when we first showed off the demonstration, we had the open mic, and people came like, "Oh man, you know, your screen's gonna come up. So you look how dark your screen's coming. Look how white your screen." Like, no, you just don't get it. You don't see it yet. Just because the screen produces a high white level doesn't mean the colors are going to be fantastic. If that was the case, that means white screens would have the most incredible colors you've ever seen in your entire life, right? They produce the highest white level. So that one, not too bad. And this is what I noticed. I told you when I was doing the D5K back in the day. The D5K, when we were testing against the screen, had the same strange reaction. And for a minute, I thought it was my camera acting up. This right here is a, which one is that? That is the, whatchamacallit, that is the DMP Supernova. So this is the reason why when we do the demonstration ultra short throw, we have it this way so you can see which screens are remaining without turning black. They're maintaining their color. But even in front, they're not going to match the screen. Then again, you know, some people might say, "Ken, you're not right because your screen's red." And of course, it's going to pick up a higher red level. Let's change it out to a blue screen. So we can keep this
Getting
fair.
that from YouTube.
Because I don't want somebody to sit there and say, "Well, it's not fair because your screen is red. It's going to produce a higher red level." Okay, let's keep this. There we go. We got a blue screen now. Still same thing. Because I'll get that from time to time. Someone will say, "Well, it's not fair. You know, your screen's red. Of course you're going to pull a higher red level. When now we're blue." What we'll These are the expensive screens we're doing right now. Oh wait, let's get that. I think it should be dry. I just don't want this paint on my screen. It should be dry on this one. Ooh, no. Yeah, at the end of the day, all gray screen paint products do the same thing. I used to make them, they all do the same thing. They tell you there's anything different from it. Well, if there's something different from it that makes it different from anyone else, then there should be tests. If I sit there and I tell you, hey, look, that screen right there, that screen is different from any black screen you ever seen. You're not going to believe my word on that. Like, wait a minute, that's a black screen. Like, that can be black paint at the end of the day. That can be anything over there. So I'm going to have to back it up. I'm going to have to come out here and do a demonstration on black paint, black fabric, and whatever, and show you that it's a different screen. So if someone's claiming that their products are different than any other product out there, then they need to back it up. What is the difference between your product and any of the ingredients we just made? A couple of tablespoons of black paint into white paint. What's the difference? You can even just make up ones and just test it, which we did with the black one downstairs. Just make up a few of them, put them side by side to the screen and see if there's a difference. They can't do that, then at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm drawing the other side of the screen because I do not want any gray paint on this surface. So we just did, a few minutes ago, we did the lighter screens, the gray screens. This right here are the darker screens, these are the gunmetals. You can throw a light one in there if you want. How about we just throw these in here for fun? We're just going to put this one in here for fun, all right? We're throwing them in there for fun. Put some light screens in there. Put that at the top right there. There, that's pretty cool, right? Let's grab a couple of white screens. Let's put some white screens in there too. Now, like I said, I might have customers who want to say something. I understand about it. If a customer says, well, I think, yeah, that's your opinion. You got to write the thing. But I got customers that will argue me down, trying to convince me that a white screen is the way to go. And this is a demonstration for y'all. This is for y'all. You see these screens up here? This is not a white screen. These are certified. These are screens that range anywhere from $800 to $5,000 screens that'll land against this technology. And if you really think that any one of these screens will be able to beat a white or one of the gray mixers, hey, let me know. I'm curious to see. I'll do the demonstration test myself. White sheet of paper. Just for fun, just for fun, just for fun. We got plenty enough power. My projector's 5,000 lumens. Orange screen. Let's see if you can see the color orange. That's important. See how your color's coming. You're going to see orange or you're not going to see orange? Nope, you're not going to see orange. Let's go back up to what that other color was. That was kind of like a, I guess it was kind of like, is that an orange? Really? Oh, there you go. This is why you got to calibrate. Let's see. Here's another one. This is kind of orange. This is orange. That's not going to pick up either. Let's see if we got any luck with purple. Oh, let's do this one. Ambient light color test.
Getting that from YouTube.
And this will blend all the colors together for fun. We'll start off with the white levels first, and then all the colors will blend in. I know about the bare silver screens. I know about the gray screen paint mixes again. I used to make them back in the day. I know exactly how far they can go. And no, this is not directed to that other individual. This is towards somebody I had a conversation with to get them to understand at the end of the day, if bare silver screen did exactly what people said they think it can do, none of these companies would be in business, not one of them. Because why would you spend $5,000 for a screen, or $4,000 or $1,500 for a screen? We can just go get some bare silver screen. Matter of fact, that's what ABS wants. We all talk about bare silver screen. All the companies, and you go to different freaking tech shows and they all bare silver screen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did their homework too. They put price tag on a $5,000 projection screen. I'm pretty sure they went out and did their research too. So what's more impressive? The fact that this is a red screen, well actually not more, we're in a well-lit environment anyway, but it's a red screen keeping up with all these colors. And at the end, it's going to display contrast, the black level. So we start off from white to colors to contrast. That's why, so when I watch demonstrations of people doing this, is your projector calibrated? But you should not be doing it on a calibrated projector. There you go, to black. You shouldn't be doing it on a calibrated projector at all, period, because that's cheating. You should be on an uncalibrated projector. And you should be doing these surfaces right here at that. Let's see what we got going. Ooh, ambient light, red LEDs. Let me check this out real quick. Now I know what I'm going to be using. When we designed that black invisible phantom, I'm using that demonstration. That'd be a cool look on the opposite side of that. Oh yeah, that's going to come out nice. Ambient light test. Let me see what we got on here. Black with the TVs. What this is. I'm always curious to see something new.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 with a 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Google Pixel 6.
And mind you, the screens we have up here are gunmetal, mid-gray, and white. Contrast shifting technology we have is darker than the gunmetal screen. The gunmetal black slate is darker than this screen. The Phantom is darker than all of them, by far. See how that white light's reflecting off the that screen's flashing? I love this right here. Look at the pulse of light. Mind you, we're at a -7. We're below factory settings. And like I said, if I did this demonstration on a standalone by itself, it doesn't have any weight to it. We have to put something up there to put a comparison. I like that, man. That looks nice. We're going to run this back on the black screen. So yeah, people, at the end of the day, man, I mean, like I say, I do these demonstrations not to embarrass anybody, but at the end of the day, just to show them that, look, bare silver screen and all them other products do not work. These are certified screens, ranging from gunmetal to light screens to mid-gray screens and white, and they're not pulling up at all, period. And unlike me and them, I don't have to have this overpriced, insanely expensive projector to do the work. Charlie, get my finger. I like that right there. That was pretty cool. White certified screen. QLED.
Getting that from YouTube.
Another white certified screen. 4K OLED QLED.
Getting that from YouTube.
Those are all white screens I just threw up there. Let's make this difficult. 4K no screensaver.
Getting that from
This
YouTube.
would be a little too easy.
With 360-degree zone lighting, you can control the lighting on your truck by zone.
I'm just making sure that paint is dry. I do not want anything touching the screen. That gray mix on it. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go over to Philips 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Heavy contrast. It wouldn't be the hold up on that one, but there'll be the hold up on this one. This is much better. thoroughly dry. I do not want this screen messing up my screen. So we just went through a bunch of certifieds real quick, and we'll see if the screen paint can do any different. So at the end of the day, if someone wants to tell you that, hey, look, my product's different, it doesn't do the same thing, then you're going to have to show that it doesn't do the same thing, which means you're going to have to make a whole bunch of screen paint mixes, put them all side by side, do a demonstration such like so, and see if there's a difference. Because if I can sit there and take all these different gray, dark gray, black mixes, mix them all together, take them downstairs and throw them under my screen and show you the difference on white levels, what's the problem? It's interesting how people expect us to basically prove what our products can do, but when we ask in return, it's quiet. You don't want to do this. Trust me. Don't want to do this. Again, my projector's at -7. We're under factory settings. If I were to jump my projector to normal settings, oh well. Not gonna match the gray screen paint's not gonna match it. The certifieds can't do it. The gray can't do it either. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Told you. That's not gonna work. So go ahead, paint your screen with a bare silver screen, and this is exactly what you're gonna end up with. Red screen. So for the difference between the other screens, they have a better capability than these. Break screen? I gotta look at some of this weird stuff that pops up. Red screen!
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. Can't see color. I keep telling you, no matter what we thought, it's the same thing, man. I can do this demonstration over and over again and again and again. It's always going to do the exact same thing, no matter what color. We got so many different shades of colors in there, it's not even funny. None of them is going to match the screen. If the certifieds are not going to do it, the gray screen paint picks are not going to do it. People think it's a cheap way to go paint your screen with bare silver screen. You're not going to be able to pick up anything. Your contrast levels are going to suffer the worst. The worst. You're not picking up contrast levels. You can forget that. It'll never happen. Flight simulator gaming.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if we can get a video of this flight. Okay, I'm going to build me a simulator. Show you something right here. Oh, no. Flight simulator gameplay.
Getting that from YouTube.
Moving beneath the Earth's surface is water so precious.
So today, we're going to be doing...
Let me see. That's not a game. That's a game. If that's a... Well, that's the actual simulator that they use for flying planes.
778, that's in the simulator. But let me go ahead and show you guys everything else that's in the plane. But they did a really good job, in my personal opinion, with the 3D lights that are...
Oh, that's
on
a
this
game.
other
That's
plane
freaking
as well,
sick.
But it just looks really good with the 777. I think they did a good job on that. And like I said before, it's only up from here. They only have, I feel like the hardest part's over.
You want the cockpit to look realistic.
Modeling it, which is it seems to be the hardest part for add-on makers, really. So anyway, I have the plan already ready to go in the plane. I planned it in the main menu, and I spent a lot of time making sure that this is correct.
Taking off. And the problem is just in the contrast, isn't it? There's supposed to be contrast. When you see that black level on the screen, there's supposed to be contrast. That's supposed to be there. So unfortunately, that the silver, gray screen paint can't pick it up. If it wasn't meant to be there, it wouldn't be in the video. Skyworth, food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Skyworth, food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
And again, screen's red. But it has a heightener technology that allows it to be to see and read white light. If you're talking about a screen that's far darker, you can pick up white levels that high. The problem you have with the gray screen paint is the fact that it picks up the white levels, but it can't pick up color or contrast. There we go. So if you're curious, what was in the container? Well, in the container is digital and crystal screen paint. I should have left an open mic because I would have loved to hear the naysayers coming here ranting and carrying on about, oh, you're using his product, so and so and so. No, that's digital and crystal screen paint. But the fact that you can't tell the difference, well, that's kind of disturbing. Because I can tell the difference between my product, of course, that's red, and of course the other screen there, the gunmetal. That screen has an insane white level. We can throw any gunmetal screen against that thing, it won't even match. And then the black screen, we definitely match ours because it doesn't match, no black screen can match it. On top of that, they dry different. Voila. Yep, that's how high the white levels are on red technology. 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
You can't see contrast. You can match your screen to a certain degree when it comes to white levels. Like I said, because the technology is dark. There's no dark technology that's ever going to match a lighter surface, but it can blend pretty well with it. But these screens have contrast capabilities that gray mixers can't pick up on. Cancel. I think what we got to do is we're going to take all the great products, put them against a 150-inch screen, and we're going to do contrast levels only to see if they'll pick up. Start fill screensaver.
Getting that from
So
YouTube.
no, yeah, I wouldn't paint my screen with bare service screen. You go out and you spend $23 for a bucket of paint, and at the end of the day, you're still going to be sitting in the dark trying to calibrate your projector.
I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's
And if you make the product too dark, then you can't see white levels. We already been to that one already. Batman versus Superman.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's pretty bad. That is really, really bad. Batman tumbler scene.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's really bad. Not picking up any contrast. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. Iron Man, Man at War, fight scene. A war machine. That's
Getting
gonna be a
that
war
from
machine.
YouTube.
I think I butchered that one that wrong. What's this one right here? Man, 4H. Street out. I don't want to put you in this position yet. It's your fault. There you go. You have to be in the dark in order to pick up your contrast levels. This technology doesn't require it. Completely washed out. No contrast as they're picking up. Panasonic 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Red just faded out. Spit it out again. LG beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is why you don't paint your screen with bare silver screen or gray screen paint mixes. Mind you, this one right here has, I think it's like four tablespoons of silver paint, 1.5 of glitter, and I think it's 5 tablespoons of black into white. That's how this product was made. I'll put the link at the bottom how we made the paint. All that in there, and it still can't pick up. It's an old, outdated product. A gray screen is just a smidgen off from a white screen. You think you're picking up brighter colors? Nope. You think you're getting contrast? Nope. You're getting a proper white level, but that's pretty much it. But these screens can pick up high white levels too. Samsung contrast demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
The weather's like outside. Nope, that's not the way you want to go. I told you, we're going to be doing tests against great products. We're not using his. At the end of the day, like I said, they don't work. So we're using our own products on the digital one crystal screen paint. Or we just go out and buy some bare silver screen and put it on the screen. It's going to react the same way. The only reason why I like using the bare silver screen because, I mean, bottom line is it's lighter than this. It's way lighter than this. Because the bare silver screen, like I said, it's somewhere like a kind of like a white kind of really white. Well, it's not even silver at that. It's a white kind of a very white paint, but a light gray paint. But it's lighter than this, way lighter than this. Which means the contrast levels are going to fade even faster, and the color is going to fade even faster. This at least has black in it. But like I say, even though it's still not going to be able to match the screen. Let's see what else we got over. Let's do this one right here.
Does your plug-in fade too fast? Try Febreze Fade to 5 plug. It has built-in technology to digitally control how much scent is released to smell first stay fresh for 50 days.
Let's do this one right here. So the screen paint we used in the demonstration is our old products from standing years ago under digital and crystal screen paint. If you're interested, I'll put the ingredients below, but I'm just showing you exactly what you'll get out of it. That's why we don't make them anymore. That's why we considered all gray screens obsolete. If we do decide to ever develop which you probably will never do, a silver phantom, the only problem I have with that, it just can't see that contrast. Whatever we drop into it, it's still not going to be able to do it. I really don't have an interest in making a silver phantom, and I think about it because, like I said, it don't ever work.
Inspiration is out there. Go find it.
machine set up. I definitely plan to be outside today on the 250 inches. We got a nice sun day out today too. We get to go outside and play. I think let's put 3 projectors. All right, so I had to go upstairs and do some editing real quick. Going over these. We're doing this demonstration to see if gray screen paints can compete with our new deep red Phantom 21. All right, we're done from here. So as you can see, as I showed you in the demonstration,
Do you seriously use that password for every account?
Yes,
that's the gray screen paint mix that we have
How big of a security
under
issue
the Digital One Crystal screen paint product. As I said before, we made plenty of paint. See all that paint right there? Yeah, all that paint right there is made by just making different combinations of mixes. We made just about everything you could possibly think of. So anytime we want to test, we can show you at the end of the day that these products are point useless. They're basically at the end of the day are going to cause your screen to wash out. You can't pick up color, you can't pick up contrast. It's a Digital One Crystal screen paint right there that we marked right there. And at the end of the day, like I said, people think that because they have a lighter screen, they're going to be able to pick up better color, they're going to be able to pick up better contrast, and all. You're not picking up anything at all, period. We're going to have the same sample sheet outside today because we got a nice, beautiful day today. So guess where I'm going to be at? Downstairs on 2 big 150-inch screens. We're going to do a demonstration out there on white screens and gray screens. While you want to stay away from them, inside or out. All right, well, that's basically about it. I got to get back to work. Thank you for your time. Got to go, and God bless.